The 5 greatest boxers England has ever produced intro. The question hook. England has produced warriors, champions, and icons of boxing. Men who carried not only belts, but national pride on their backs. But here is the question that still divides fans, generations, and even fighters themselves. Who is the greatest English boxer of all time? You think you know the answer. But by the end of this video, you might not be so sure. As we count down from number 5 to number 1, ask yourself, where were you when these fights happened? Which of these men defined your era? And who do you believe truly deserves the top spot? Let us begin. Number 5, Ricky Hatton, the people's champion. Ricky Hatton did not come from luxury. He came from Manchester, from a working-class family, from a world where nothing was handed to you. As a child, Hatton struggled with weight, discipline, and self-belief. Boxing became his escape, and later, his identity. He turned professional in the late 1990s and slowly built a reputation as a relentless pressure fighter. No elegance, no flash, just pure will. Hatton reached his peak as a world champion at light welterweight, defeating Chu in one of the most famous nights in British boxing history. Do you remember where you were that night? The atmosphere, the noise, the belief. But Hatton's greatest strength was also his weakness. His aggressive style took a heavy toll. His biggest defeat came against Floyd Mayweather Jr., a fight that exposed the limits of heart against precision. Later, another devastating loss followed. Outside the ring, Hatton faced his hardest battles, struggles with mental health, identity, and life after fame. He survived them. But ask yourself, does being loved by millions make you great, or just unforgettable? Number 4, Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer. Nigel Benn's childhood was shaped by instability and anger. Boxing became his outlet, his therapy, his weapon. When Benn entered the ring, chaos followed. He became a world champion in 2 weight divisions, known for explosive knockouts and savage intensity. Every fight felt like it could end at any second. And then came the rivalry, Benn versus Chris Eubank. Where were you when they fought? Those fights divided homes, pubs, and entire families. Benn's greatest triumphs were built on violence and courage, but his greatest defeats, both inside and outside the ring, left scars. Outside boxing, Benn faced deep personal struggles, including periods of isolation and identity loss after retirement. So here's the question. Is greatness measured by fear or by longevity? Number 3, Anthony Joshua, the modern icon. Anthony Joshua's story feels almost cinematic. Raised in Watford, exposed early to trouble, he found boxing relatively late. But when he found it, everything changed. Olympic gold medal, unified heavyweight champion, global superstar. At his peak, Joshua carried the hopes of an entire generation. Stadium fights, worldwide broadcasts, belts across his shoulders. But greatness is tested not in victory, it is tested in defeat. Joshua's loss to Andy Ruiz Jr. shocked the world. Do you remember where you were when that happened? That night changed everything. Joshua reclaimed his titles, but something shifted. Doubt entered the conversation. Pressure became heavier. Outside the ring, Joshua has remained disciplined, respectful, and controlled. But the question remains, is greatness about dominance, or about how you respond when the world doubts you? Number 2, Tyson Fury, the unpredictable genius. Tyson Fury was born into boxing and into chaos. Raised in a traveling family, named after Mike Tyson, Fury's life was never going to be normal. He shocked the world by defeating Vladimir Klitschko, ending a decade-long reign. But his greatest battle came after. Fury disappeared, physically, mentally, publicly. He lost everything except one thing, the will to return. His comeback was one of the most dramatic in sports history. Title fights, redemption, reinvention. Fury's greatest triumphs were not just wins, they were survival. but his career is full of questions, controversies, and unfinished debates. So ask yourself, is greatness about talent or about overcoming your own darkness? Number 1, Lennox Lewis, or is he? And now we arrive at the man many quietly place at number 1. But do you? Lennox Lewis grew up in London, moved to Canada, and returned to represent Britain on the world stage. His journey was not smooth, but it was disciplined. Olympic gold, undisputed heavyweight champion, victories over every man he ever lost to. Lewis did something rare. He learned from defeat. His greatest triumphs came against elite opponents. His biggest criticism, that he was too calculated, too controlled. Outside the ring, Lewis avoided chaos. He preserved his health. He walked away on his own terms. So here is the final question. Is the greatest boxer the most exciting, the most feared, the most loved, or the one who did everything right? Your turn now, it's over to you. You've heard the stories, you remember the fights, you lived the moments. Who is the true number 1? Leave your answer in the comments and tell us why, because in England, the debate will never end. And that might be what makes these fighters truly great.